All right, what's up, y'all? So let's talk Airseal. It's kind of a gremlin because though it is one of the hallmarks of quality of a gun, it is less significant than most people make it out to be. So I want to play devil's advocate first. If you consider 15 feet per second in the overall range of a gun, how far in feet is that likely to net difference? Probably like 5 feet, maybe. Here's a whole other thing to think about is where does that occur? The end, very end of the flight path of the BB. Okay, so it's only going to make about 5, maybe 10 feet difference at most. It's only at the very end of the BB flight path. And once the BB reaches that very end, it's probably not accurate anyway, right? Most airsoft guns, when they get out to the very end of the BB energy, the BB is much more easily moved by wind, by any number of factors. Any slight off-axis spin, like when it finally slows down, that's probably, right way out there at the end. That's where all that stuff's going to make a difference. So the realistic tight target effective range, we could call it the hamburger target. It's going to be significantly further in than that. So I just, for those reasons, I don't get that concerned about it. Now, it is important. So let's run it down real quick. We'll start from the back. In the cylinder assembly, I don't care O-rings, like it can be from a hardware store. Try to make sure that it's like properly shaped, like it's not nicked up and everything. The grease, I run a silicone plumber's grease. The brand is Odie. It is a little circular container. White background color, red lettering, OATEY. Just thick enough to where it seals, just thin enough to where it moves like a liquid, but it clings to the cylinder. It doesn't run out and get thrown out through the air nozzle. For the static parts, you're bucking in the cylinder head. I've been known to use an aerobic, no, anabolic, anaerobic, anabolic, ana something. It's a type of gasket maker that is able to make a gasket where there's not much air, if I'm remembering correctly. But nonetheless, it comes from Permatex. Just look up like anaerobic or ana something gasket maker, and it'll come up in Google. It comes out as like a red gel, and if you put that around the cylinder head on the O-rings and then press it, like put it into place, that stuff will glue down like like epoxy. It will seal like epoxy, but the difference is you can separate them afterwards. I use the same thing on the barrel. With the nozzle, you just need to make sure that it moves freely and that it seals well. And you can do that by installing the cylinder assembly into the upper half of the shell, like leaving it open so you can access it with your fingers. And then, you can even bolt it down. It's a lot harder, but then you can have it like have the spring of the tappet plate, pull the nozzle forward, hold it with your thumb, and then like press the piston in, right, while the nozzle is fully extended. And if it holds air, then it should in operation. Outside of that, the only other thing that's really important is alignment. You can check it by installing the upper and the stock. It's important that you have the nozzle, the tappet plate spring, the cylinder head, the cylinder, the piston, spring, and the spring guide. And then the bolt that holds your stock on, that needs to be installed with the stock. And you need to put the grip on, your motor grip on. Now, if it touches here, you need to shave it, okay? Because otherwise, it will cock the gearbox back, okay? And then it will cause the nozzle to go out of alignment with the hop up here. You can check it by installing that upper like that, looking down your barrel and shining a light into the mag well. If you see any light with the nozzle projected fully into the hop up, meaning all the way out and like stuck into the bucking, you see any light, you know that they're not aligned properly. Because they're aligned improperly, it makes a little gap and then the light gets through. That's me on Airseal. So, you know what, I think I want to go ahead and talk about it. You know, the thing that you're going to see the most improvement with is in the hop up, and specifically the contact patch with the BB. You need to R-hop it or use the true hop bucking. I recommend the true hop bucking. I used to be a big proponent of R-hops, but True Hop did the right thing. They made essentially an R-hop patch, the cylindrical patch, molded into the bucking. And it comes with the proper nub, that like is cylindrically shaped, so it'll press down on the bucking cylindrically and like drop it evenly onto the BB, the roof of the BB. Like, it's through and through, it's really great. It takes a little bit of modification to install, but it's something you could, I mean, it really doesn't take much effort. It's very simple. And I mean, something like that is going to take your straight line accuracy going all the way out to the max effective range and tighten the grouping significantly, really significantly, okay? So that when you fire, I mean, it's just going to be a laser all the way out until it just falls out of the sky, until it just literally has no energy. Now, like I said, you know, Airseal, like the difference between 5-10 feet, I don't know. I mean, if I'm playing out in the field, I'm probably not going to be able to notice the difference, you know? So, like I said, Airseal is important, but if you play devil's advocate with it, like, the more critical thing is going to be the contact patch on the BB. There are other things that can play a difference. So the BB weight, if you're running 400 feet per second, you could run up to a 0.32 happily. Getting quality BBs does matter, the polish, the quality of it. It makes for consistency, and that's what accuracy is all about, right? And then you can wash BBs. That is something that will actually, it makes a measurable, markable improvement. So if you don't mind washing your BBs, that's something that can make a difference. That's to get the industrial residue off of them. Be careful with bios. You can actually damage them doing that, or shorten the life of them. And then the barrel, cleaning the barrel is one thing, but specifically the bore polish. If you can either polish it with a kit, with a bore polishing kit, or just get like a Prometheus barrel, like a really high quality barrel, then you shouldn't have to worry about it. So that's it. That's what I think about it. I hope that helps. I'm trying to think if there's anything that I didn't go over. I guess if you have any questions, or if you want to hear more about any of this stuff, I can go into further depth about just about anything that I went over. Just let me know. And if you come up with any more questions, anything else, you let me know. Thanks. Bye.